7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Rohn. Chapter 2. Kick Procrastination to the Curb. We've all procrastinated at one time or another because it's just so easy to put something off when you're just not feeling it. It's so easy to say, just one more episode and then I'll start working, or I'll wake up early and do it tomorrow. And if you haven't told yourself that last lie before, here's a top tip. Your brain is absolutely lying to you when it tries to convince you that you'll wake up early and do it tomorrow. Take it from my bitter experience. You absolutely will not do it early tomorrow. Do it now. Procrastination is one of those things that we all know we shouldn't do, but we often do it anyway. Maybe it's because you just really hate the task you have to do. Maybe you're in denial about how long it will take you to accomplish that task, or about how much time you've wasted already. But the truth is, no matter what your reasons are, procrastination is always the enemy of productivity. But what you might not know is that procrastination is also the enemy of personal development. Remember how, in the previous chapter, we talked about people feeling stuck in a rut? Well, it turns out that procrastination is to blame for this issue as well, because when we put things off and live intentionally lazy lives, we're not being our best selves, and that in turn means that we're not embracing our full potential. So when we feel lazy, stuck, and unmotivated, it's no surprise that we're also not very happy. And that's why the lesson from this chapter is, pursue happiness and productivity by kicking procrastination to the curb. So, how can you beat procrastination? The author recommends that you start by tackling the emotions that drive this habit. So, let's examine one of the most common and least talked about feelings that fuels procrastination. To put this into context with an example, I want you to think back through your life experiences that have nothing to do with work. For example, have you ever ordered a package and eagerly awaited its arrival, only to find that your excitement fades when it finally arrives? This emotional experience might feel perplexing, but it's actually pretty easy to explain. Because sometimes you're more excited about having something to look forward to than you are about the physical product you've purchased. The same is often true of projects as well. Whether you've gotten a new promotion at work or you're excited to spearhead a new project, we often start out really excited and find that our excitement dwindles as time goes on. It usually starts fading once we reach the actual work part of the project. By contrast, maybe you're really anxious about a project and you've been nervous about it for a while. But once you sit down to work on it, that excitement or anxiety is gone. In its place is your sheer boredom or annoyance with the reality of what you have to do. Once the excitement or anxiety is gone, it's easy to tire of the project. Look for ways to avoid it and chase the next emotional high. It's therefore unsurprising that this cycle is a huge factor in the development and maintenance of our relationship with procrastination. But now that we know this is what happens, let's find a way to counteract it. The author's research shows that we can actually trick our brains into hacking our happy hormone sand, enabling us to stay motivated. How does it work? Well, it all starts with a choice. It's no secret that human beings love choices. In fact, allowing your toddler to make small decisions is one of the most common parenting tips around. Even choosing something as simple as what color dress you want to wear today can make a toddler feel proud and powerful. And the same is true for adults. We often connect personal and professional satisfaction with a sense of being in control. So making choices is a fast way to hack our motivation. For example, if you have a mountain of work to do, try making choices that will help you break that mountain down into small, manageable chunks. For example, Let's say that you have to read a 50-page document and then design a PowerPoint presentation that reflects the information you've read. If you consider that task in its entirety, it sounds overwhelming. It will take hours. It's enough to make you give up and start binge watching your favorite show on Netflix. But what if you broke that big task down into smaller increments and addressed each one at a time? You can start by reframing your task in your mind and thinking, I have to read this document first. If you can do this in a relaxing workspace, preferably with a delicious coffee or tea for a dash of yummy motivation, then it's easier to focus on one task at a time. And once you've accomplished that task, reward yourself with a little break or a cupcake and move on to the next one.